to Wars in the Stars, Episode 2. I am here with my co-host Alex, otherwise known as Candy in My Van on TikTok. So today we are officially 10 days away from finally getting new Star Wars content.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we're going to get the Bad Batch on Tuesday, May the 4th, a 70-minute episode. Next Friday will be our preview of the show and what we want to see. But today I thought we could talk about all the upcoming shows and our excitement, and we could kind of rank them. So I'll let my co-host go and introduce himself and tell like where they can find you and stuff.
Hi, I'm Alex, or Candy in My Van. It's just here right there. You can see me on TikTok. My Instagram and all of that is in my bio. I don't remember all of them. I have 2 accounts on there, personal and for social media. But yeah, I'm trying to get more into posting, but I have work and whatnot now, so I'm getting up there. I'm gonna post something today after this.
Okay, that's awesome. So yeah, we are going to talk about all of the upcoming shows. I believe I listed out 13 projects. So we obviously have The Bad Batch, Star Wars Visions, Book of Boba, Mando Season 3, Andor, Kenobi, Ahsoka, Rangers of the New Republic, The Acolyte, A Droid Story, Taika Waititi's movie, and Rogue Squadron.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess we'll start with Alex, since he is my guest and co-host. Go with your lists. Tell me a little bit about what you think.
All right.
And go from last to first.
All right. So there's only 2 of them that I have literal no excitement for. Like, okay. I would literally rewatch the. I'm more excited to watch the season 5 Droids arc from Clone Wars than any of these. And one of them, funnily enough, 13 is Droid Story. Droid centered things do not interest me in the slightest bit. One of my least favorite episodes from Rebels is the Chopper central ones. I really like only one of his central episodes, and that's when he gets taken over by the Empire. That's it. Literally every other Droid story bores me out. They're just not fun to watch. From what we know, it's I think like them telling stories. Like, I don't even know like what they've revealed about the show. That's how uninterested in it I am. Now, I'm not going to knock it until I see it. So,
yeah, I believe it's about it's C-3PO, R2-D2, and another droid that they haven't named. I don't think. I think that's what it's about. I think that's what they said at Investor Day, and I believe it's ILM, the animation department, working together. So I mean, it's gonna look cool, I think, but it's probably gonna be more like Resistance or Detours. That's what I think it's gonna be like. So
look,
we'll see.
Something can look nice. The Rise of Skywalker looks really nice.
The Rise of Skywalker does look good.
At 12, I have Visions, which is so sad. That comes out. It's supposed to come out this year. I'm so sad of how low I have it. We have heard nothing. The only thing we know is that it's anime.
There's also a book coming out based off of one of the stories, but nothing.
Yeah, about the show itself, we have literally nothing. I'm excited. I literally only put it above Visions because it's something of Star Wars that we've never seen before, other than like fan edits, is anime. So yeah. I'm not a huge anime fan myself, but hopefully this will give me a little more interest to go into that genre. Have they even revealed like what like the central story, like what era it's going to be, like High Republic or anything?
So basically, it said it's going to cover all different time periods, which is cool. Like I guess they could do some cool stuff, but I don't think it's going to be stuff that drastically affects canon, I guess.
Yeah. At 11, I have Lando, which it's also really sad because if it has Billy D. Williams, I'm excited. If it has Donald Glover, I'm excited. But I don't understand the point of the series. But then again, for almost half of these series, what's the point? Just to show. But honestly, I really would have preferred a Solo too. I love Solo. and the fact that we're getting a TV show, and like it could be a Lando central TV show, maybe like after the events of Solo. I just wish we got a movie of Solo 2 instead. Solo 2 has to happen.
I think Lando's going to be Solo 2, but it's not going to focus on Han. It's going to focus on, I think, Lando and Kira. Or that's what I at least hope.
Yeah. So at 10, another thing that I'm really sad of how low it is, it's the first Star Wars movie coming back to theaters, Rogue Squadrons. Sorry, but like pilots aren't my thing. I like Squadrons, the game. Wasn't a huge fan of the pilots. A lot of them were very boring. I'm sorry. The only really two to four interesting pilots are the main pilots of the Star Wars universe: Anakin, Luke, Poe. Han and Rey. Which even then, like, they're interesting not because of their piloting skills, but of their characteristics. Also, the director worries me, especially coming off of Wonder Woman. A lot of worrying factors there, but I never judge someone's projects based off of their prior things. So, I don't know. It's also post-sequel trilogy, which I was really hoping they wouldn't touch sequels for a long, long time. I really think they should be focusing on prequels and High Republic right now. Original trilogy stuff, I'm happy that they're leaving that for the books and the comics. But prequel stuff, we're desperate for content. We have a lot of unfilled era, and the fact that we're getting another sequel story, like, love the sequels, but I don't need one. I don't need another one right now.
I don't know if it's been confirmed or not. I don't think it's been confirmed post sequels, but that's what people are thinking based on what they said at Investor Day. They said based on a new era of pilots. I agree with you. I have those same kind of concerns and stuff. It's pretty low on my list as well, but continue on with your next one.
Well, I think Rogue Squadrons did get rumored or confirmed. I'd have to go.
I think it's rumored. It's rumored. Yeah, it's rumored.
So at 9, I have Andor. I don't know why Cassian needed a whole show about him, but I'm excited for it. I mean, basically from 9 and down to 1, I'm super excited for. But some things I'm just more excited than others. Andor's one that I don't understand the point really to it. I don't understand why. We already have a story centered around the rebellion and its creation, and that's Star Wars Rebels. I think Rebels did a very good explanation of showing us one cell becoming a uniform rebellion. I don't think Cassian has much more we can really add on to it. We already have that story of a kid being brought into a bigger fight, and that's Ezra being brought into the rebellion. So whenever this time point, I don't know if Cassian even has a rumored like time period. I know it's before, obviously, Rogue One. How close it is kind of very. I'm of course excited to see Diego Luna back, and I'm really sad that K2SO is not confirmed for season 1. I don't know why, but
I swear that they brought Alan Tudyk on the stage with Diego Luna, and they said that he was going to be in the show, and that's very disappointed if he's not.
Well, Alan Tudyk came out in that interview and said that he hasn't been talked to by Disney for the show.
It's very odd because they said he was going to be. I'm pretty sure they said when they announced it he was going to be in it. So it's just Lucasfilm sucks. Okay, continue.
Well, I also don't want to say that because we have had multiple people from not only just Star Wars, but of course Marvel, saying, "Oh, I'm not confirmed." I mean, look at Kenobi. I mean, we've been told for months or years, Ewan McGregor's known nothing about that show, or it hasn't been talked to by Disney. Now we know he's been in the talks for years with them for it. So
right.
It's always a thing of like, is he really? Is he really not really? But going off of his word now.
Well, here's the thing. The difference is that Andor, when that interview happened, was currently shooting or about to shoot. So like we would have known. We would have seen, because there's been a lot of set photos that have leaked and nothing.
Yeah, I mean, for all we know, it could be like a Paul Bettany and WandaVision thing. where he shows up like in a different way than what we think.
Yeah, maybe.
So maybe like we see at the end of season 1, maybe we see him meeting K2SO, but I just don't see it getting this far out, like having set leaks and not seeing K2SO.
I agree, yeah.
That's me for Andor. I'm excited about it. I'm excited what it's going to be, but I don't see the point of the show, which then again, there's not a point to a lot of these shows. It's just more content. So can we complain? No, but at 8, I have Rangers of the New Republic. It's really just for who they're going to have the main character. I'm fine with almost anyone that they'll pick, but if we're getting more of this Mandoverse stuff, I'm okay with it. I mean, Rangers, you have so many people that you could have the show about that it is completely up in the air. Could it be about Iden? Could it be about, I mean, I guess Cara Dune's kind of thrown out the bag, but Hera, any of them? I mean, come on. We got so many possibilities that Rangers kind of right now, it's sort of in an uncertainty factor. Because, I mean, there's that whole talk that could Rangers get canceled? So, since the whole Gina Carano situation. So,
yeah.
I mean, Rangers is something that I'm excited that it's being hopefully going to be made. I would even settle for a Carson, that one pilot, central story, because he was the one that brought up the issues that the Republic wasn't seeing. So, I mean, it's something that I'm excited for, but not as excited for.
Yeah, I agree. I really think that show, when John proposed it, was 100% intended to be the Cara Dune show, 100%. And I really think he's had to probably rework some things, but I think there were a lot of other characters that they can replace. I really think it could be an ensemble show. Like, I think we could have like a crew. Like, we could have the remaining of, like, let's say, I wouldn't be surprised like if they made it a Rex show, like an old man Rex, or even Hera. I think Hera's probably going to be the lead. I think that's the way they're going, but we'll totally see. It's definitely the show, one of the shows with the most mystery surrounding it. So,
oh, for sure. My number 7, I'm honestly also quite sad of how low this is, considering how close we are to its release. I have Bad Batch at 7.
That's the way
I did not like their arc in Clone Wars. I think here's the thing. I think it's like the question
That's a hot take.
Is we see how good they are at their jobs as clones. So why didn't they just make the rest of the Grand Army of the Republic like that? Like, could it be a money thing or something?
I honestly just think they were just defects.
Yeah,
they were just birth defects.
I don't know, but Bad Batch this has arguably the worst marketing in Star Wars history.
I disagree. I think the marketing has actually been good for the show.
I disagree because they didn't say a word about this show from its announcement to just like in the past month. So
yeah, they had the announcement last summer. They had the teaser in December. They had a trailer about a month ago, which is earlier than most trailers. And then I feel like the marketing up right into it has been kind of lackluster. I understand it because I think the Marvel hype was real, obviously with Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But I complain about it a lot. Lucasfilm, they'll never learn their lesson. Marvel knows how to market their shows, and that's why they're successful.
Yes.
Star Wars, they did
I don't want to say that. Look at Mandalorian and Clone Wars Season 7. Those have been some of the most hyped things ever.
Right, but it wasn't because of the marketing. It was because of the shows themselves. The shows carried a lot. Mando's marketing was really bad. Like, they had a bad trailer. Like, the trailer was bad.
It was a really bad trailer.
And the Bad Batch trailer was good, I thought. And I think, I've said it before. If Lucasfilm should learn from what Marvel is doing. I don't get why they don't. Like, do what they're doing, because it's obviously working for them, and it would work for you guys too. But
oh yeah, for sure. So yeah, Bad Batch, I'm excited for. Mainly, one of the only things I'm excited for the show is Fennec Shand, and I feel so bad that that's what I'm excited for. I didn't like half of the Bad Batch, I didn't like Wrecker. I thought he was annoying. I don't like the characters who try to be funny. Wrecker, I felt like they tried really hard to make him funny.
So you don't. So you feel like Wrecker's kind of like Drax. Is that what you're saying? Or okay,
yeah, I think he's an off-brand Drax.
Okay.
Drax is someone who's tough but funny. I mean, literally, all Drax's "Why is Gamora" line is so much better than almost any of Wrecker's things.
I can't even remember anything like Wrecker says. So
the only thing I can remember that Wrecker said was his tears when Anakin handed him the the remote. He was like, I don't even remember what he said, but the conversation was amazing.
Yeah.
Tech was my favorite of them. That Hunter was boring. What was his name? Sharpshooter?
Crosshair. Crosshair. This guy can never remember clones' names. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Okay, well, the guy's really good at shooting.
Yeah, Crosshair.
He's like the Black Widow of the group. Like, what's his superpower? Like, what's his good thing? Well, I'm good at shooting.
He's Hawkeye.
Yeah, I guess. So, at 6, I have the Book of Boba Fett. Also, another thing, we are 8 months out. Haven't heard a word about it. Did we get a poster for it? Not like a poster like you have Mandalorian behind you, but we got a title card and whatnot.
Yeah, we got a title card.
That's it. We kind of
did. I mean, we kind of did get a teaser at the end of Mando, but that's it.
I guess that's technically like a small trailer, but like, come on.
Listen, they need to go all out on May the 4th. Like, they should release a Boba Fett teaser.
Yes, like that would be. Marvel got like a bunch of trailers released recently. No, like holiday like Star Wars has. That we got a Black Widow trailer, we got a Loki trailer, we got a Shang-Chi trailer. They got another one. Something released. Or another trailer released, I think. But like no holiday. Star Wars has a literal holiday, May 4th. We better be getting. Well, no, Bad Batch comes out on that. I was gonna say another Bad Batch trailer, but we better get a Book of Boba Fett, Visions, something else. Like we need so much.
I guarantee you, the only thing they do is they give us a Visions poster. They won't even do a trailer. Just be a Visions poster. They're gonna do it. I already know. I'm like, people. It was like rumored that Andor might get a trailer, and I'm like, there's no way. They're not gonna do that because they suck. They suck at marketing their shows. So yeah. I understand we're gonna be excited, but I'd like to see what it's gonna look like. Book of Boba, I just have no idea what that show is gonna be. Like, right. I have no idea. So I guess you can elaborate more on why that's number 6 on your list.
Book of Boba Fett. I mean, I love Boba Fett in Mando season 2. That was the reason why he's one of the most loved bounty hunters. You couldn't tell me why he was so loved from Empire to Return of the Jedi to all the way up to Clone Wars. I would even say before Mando. You couldn't tell me why he was so loved. He just looked cool. Mando season 2 showed us why he's cool. He's a badass. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
He took those stormtroopers out in a gruesome, brutal, badass way. And you can't deny him that he deserves the series. We were gonna get a movie, but us getting a TV show, even if it's a mini series, like I probably haven't talked to you about this. I don't like what Disney's doing with all these mini series, especially for Marvel and for Star Wars. I think we're just getting too much. You should just make these movies at this point. But Book of Boba Fett is one of the main things that I'm super excited for. Boba and Fennec's relationship is so good. I really hope we see that start in the Bad Batch. But
please, no kid Boba Fett. No kid Boba Fett.
Well, how old would he even be at this point? Since this is just coming off the days of Order 66.
Like 13 or 14.
I'd be down for that still.
No, I don't need it.
Yeah, I think I'd be okay with that. But going back to the Book of Boba Fett, I mean, if one thing that really excites me is hopefully the possibility of that Clone Wars deleted scene with him and Cad Bane.
Cad Bane has to be in the show. Has
to be. But the other thing is, like, we don't know what the plot of this show is going to be about. Is it going to be about, the crime world or whatnot? That's the thing is, there's so many good possibilities. I don't see a bad possibility for a plot of this show. That's just me. And it's like, I don't know. Book of Boba Fett has a weird excitement inside of me. We don't know a whole lot about him. We don't know a whole lot about the show. I just hope we get more Boba Fett that really shows us why he's such a good bounty hunter, why he's such a beloved character, other than he looks really cool. So that's why he's at 6 for me. I really want the show to show me why he's so loved, not he just looks cool and whatnot. Because for that thing, I should love Jango Fett, but he sucks.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
That's really it for Book of Boba Fett.
All right, top 5 now.
Top 5. And I bet you're probably wondering why one of the things hasn't been said yet.
Yeah.
I'm going to explain my number 2 especially.
Okay.
But number 5, I have Ahsoka. So many people are bringing up the possibility of her dying in her show. I don't think she'll die in her show. I think if this whole Mandoverse gets a movie, I think that's when she'd die.
Has to die at some point.
In the TV, oh yeah, and that's what I want. I want her to die. I'm sorry, but you keep too much Ahsoka content since Disney's taking Star Wars.
I think she should. I honestly think she should have died to Vader. I think that would have been all right.
I would have too.
I would think that would have been okay. I think that actually would have been more impactful if Vader killed his apprentice and his master.
Yeah, so
it would have been more impactful.
Something that I really think the show should be about is not only her finding Ezra, but I also think it should be about hearing about this Luke Skywalker. She can only draw ties to who that could be related to, and that's Anakin. Mm-hmm. I think it should also be searching for him, but then I think, like, again, this is going off this rumored Mandoverse movie that I've been seeing talked about. Like, they have to meet in that. As much as I would really like to see them in that or the movie, if there ever is one, or Mando season 3 finale. I mean, come on. We have to see that, like, meeting between them. And Leia. I know Leia's more of a gray area for that meeting, but
yeah.
I mean, Ahsoka, it just sounds interesting above all the shows behind it. It's about her finding Ezra. Ezra's one of my favorite Star Wars characters, and I'm not going to say I wasn't happy with his ending in Rebels. There's more to his story than what we got. And I know Disney couldn't have killed him off. Disney's not going to kill the main character of one of their shows off. Not yet, at least. Not in their show, I should say. Definitely in something else, though. But, I mean, so Rosario Dawson blew it out of the park as Ahsoka in Mando Season 2. And I think the fact that we didn't get her in the finale upset me. That's one of my big qualms with the Season 2 finale.
I disagree, because for me, it makes a lot of sense. She says, I cannot train Grogu. I do not want to do this. I feel like...
I get that part, but I think the whole thing of she's after Thrawn, and now we could easily have gotten a scene of Mando returning to Corvus or wherever she is, being like, hey, I have a possible connection to Thrawn. Well, I mean, then again, she did get the information from Elsbeth, so I don't know. I just would have loved to see.
Yeah, but listen, Mando has no clue about Thrawn. Like, Mando, I like to think of the reason I think I like Mando is because Mando is like if me or you were like dropped in the Star Wars universe and we just like Mando knows nothing about like what we know more about the universe than Mando. So Mando is learning stuff we know. And like if you said Thrawn, he'd be like, "Who is that?" Like,
I probably should have thought more before I said it, but like,
right, I know what you're implying.
Trying to get like some more help because, I mean, he's going against the leader of most of the Imperial Remnant. I feel like having an ally like that would be, it would be logical versus just 2 Mandalorians, Cara Dune. I mean,
and Boba Fett.
And Boba Fett. No, wait, Boba wasn't even there. Fennec was there.
Yeah.
So, also, like, I really wanted a Bo-Katan and Ahsoka reunion. Hopefully, we get that in Ahsoka, but that's why I have Ahsoka at 5. It's just I'm excited for the story, but I wanted more of her to be more excited. I feel like if we got her in more than one episode, and I got more used to Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka, because I still have a bias towards Ashley Eckstein. I mean, she was the character for so many years.
When did Rebels end?
2017, 18, one of the years.
Yeah, about a decade almost.
So I just wanted more of her and Mando, and so that's why her show kind of isn't as exciting. I'm still excited. Like when I first talked to you about my top 3, this was in one of them, but some things fluctuated after you told me what to include on the list.
Okay.
At 4.
Oh, wait. I know it's in your top 4, and I'm really excited to hear. I'm really excited to hear it. All right, go ahead.
At 4, I have The Acolyte.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure this is a movie they confirmed. This is one of the things I haven't kept up to date on.
No. This is a show. The Acolyte's a show.
Either way, it's High Republic, and that is what I was so excited for. It's not Old Republic, but it's High Republic. And I think one of the things that excites me about The Acolyte is it's just that it is in a very unexplored era. I know we're getting the books and all that, but this show, I feel like it has so much potential to be the true successor to the Old Republic. And
totally.
There's just so much, the lore from the books and the comics, there's so much here to set up. And even then, it's on the ending, it's like on the end tail of the High Republic. So we're getting into prequel era. So we could see some people from the prequels. We could see Plo Koon. We could see Ki-Adi-Mundi. We could see so many people. Like I don't know all the lifespans of most of these people. I know Plo Koon and Ki-Adi have the longest, like some of the longest up there with Yoda on the council. So definitely I'm super excited for it.
Yeah, I can definitely set up some interesting. I really am excited for Sith-centric content. Mm-hmm. I think the Sith are so interesting. Right. And there was a rumor about the show. I had some old public material that might be coming out. And the Acolyte is kind of the seeds of that. And I really think, I really hope that Plagueis is in it. I really hope that there is a setup. Maybe I'd like to think of the Acolyte almost as the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And that sets up like a Plagueis and Palpatine show or something like that. Like how the Falcon and Winter Soldier is really just a setup for Captain America 4. That's what I kind of hope the Acolyte is. It's kind of a transition into Plagueis and young Palpatine, played by the great Tom Hiddleston, which is my dream.
Tom Hiddleston as Palpatine.
Yes.
Ian McDermott you put that man in some makeup. That man still has the age for how? Oh no, he's too young or he's too old to play at this. How old is Palpatine during the prequels?
Oh well, I'm talking like Palpatine is like a Padawan, so like 20.
Oh yeah, so I don't know if Tom Hiddleston. I could see it though, but then again, you and I
just don't like Marvel actors in Star Wars. You don't want Marvel.
Don't even. You know how much I would rave if we got Sebastian Stan as Revan.
Okay,
I still think it has to be Keanu Reeves though.
Okay, Sebastian Stan. This guy says the most the obvious choice is Luke Skywalker. Every single time I look at every single time I look at him, I'm like, that is a young Mark Hamill. I'm just staring at a young Mark Hamill every time I look at him.
I see it, but like, I wouldn't want it. If I would cast him, I'd cast him as Revan. If Keanu Reeves wasn't an option, I don't know. I just think he has the mannerisms that Revan
I think Revan should be a girl. Honestly, Revan could be a guy. Revan could be a guy or a girl. Honestly, yeah. I think. I mean,
is it going to be Brie Larson, the most powerful?
Yes, it's going to be Brie. We're going to do. Yes, I want Lucasfilm to do that now. Lucasfilm does that.
She can't. She got fired. Remember?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, she got fired
for the 30th time.
She might have been hired again. I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, Acolyte is a show that, you know what? As much as we don't know about it, it's the time period that interests me most. So at 3, I have Kenobi. Ewan McGregor, I know they've gotten a lot of set leaks recently, which is really surprising. Yes. I don't understand why there is still set leaks happening when you have things like the volume. Why they're not shooting almost everything in the volume, out of my mind. There should be no set leaks, but I guess I understand for some of the bigger set pieces, you can't shoot it in the volume and whatnot. So
I don't mind set leaks. I just don't understand how a dude literally drove through the entire set.
How do you manage to have that happen?
He literally drove through the entire set.
Makes no sense.
And the set they have is literally in the middle of I can't remember the studio, but it's literally in the middle of a famous studio lot, and it's just out in the open. I'm like,
yeah, like I don't know. I mean, like how that set.
I don't mind. I like using practical sets still. I do like the volume also, but like, I don't get how that's happening.
Yeah, I mean, like again, there's obvious times for practical sets, like big sets, like. I get that, but like Kenobi, something like most of the desert shots for Mando were done in the volume, and you could never convince me that they were in the volume until you showed me proof. I'd always be under the impression that it doesn't. However, after rewatching season 1 before season 2 came out, you could definitely tell when they were about to show you the frame of the volume. Just because of how many cuts happened from their point of view.
The first time they went to Tatooine in Mando, it didn't feel like Tatooine. I don't know why. It got a lot. Season 2 was a lot better. Like season 2 looked a lot better. Like season 1 was good, obviously, but there were some times I was like, that doesn't. It didn't feel right sometimes, but I ignored it mostly. It didn't take me out of the show.
Oh no, never.
Yeah, so I guess Kenobi's up there. I'll say my list after, but it's definitely up there for me. I have more concerns than most people do. I think most people think the show is going to be out of the park.
Yeah, I don't have that expectation.
I'm concerned. I don't know.
I think me and you share the same concern. I'll let you explain it. I think we have under the same concern, but Kenobi. I mean, come on, it's Ewan McGregor. We've been all raving about this for years. Why has he not come back? But it's honestly the same thing about some of the other things, like especially Lando. Why not a movie? Why not a movie? I think we're gonna get a lot of dead space in this show that easily could be cut out and just be substituted for a movie. I know, weren't we rumored a Kenobi movie? I know we were rumored a Boba Fett movie
for a long time.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I have some worries, which again, I think me and you share most of the same worries. But yeah, I mean, Kenobi, it's exciting that we're finally getting it next year or year after, whenever.
Yeah, 22 it's happening. Yeah, it's going to be 22, yeah.
So at number 2, we have no details about this show other than who's making it, and it's the Taika Waititi 2025 movie. Dude, Thor Ragnarok was amazing. It's easily my top 2 favorite MCU movies.
Wow. It's top 5 for me. It's probably top 7. I haven't done it's definitely up there. I will say I'm excited for Thor Love and Thunder.
Yes.
I am very okay. I think Taika does a good job with comedy, which I think is great.
I will even say a lot of the comedy in Thor Ragnarok didn't work for me. Like,
I disagree.
All of the comedy of the first viewing was hilarious. But I'm sorry, I can only watch Thor get hit by a ball after he throws it so many times before I'm just like, can he just throw it through the window next time and it break?
But the thing, I guess, just to touch on Thor: Love and Thunder, I can't have it be Ragnarok because it has Gore the God Butcher with Christian Bale, and every time I see Christian Bale, it's like I need I don't know if you know this, but Russell Crowe pretty much just said he's playing Zeus, and I'm like, I need to see Gore the God Butcher kill 7 gods before he goes against Thor. I need to see a powerful villain. So I can't have it be a comedy, and I need Gore to be actually scary.
I disagree. I think it needs to be. It needs comedy. I mean, Taika, that's when he excels. But
yeah, I agree.
I mean, come on. If Korg is not in this movie, it's going to the bottom 20 of the MCU ranking. Korg is easily one of the best characters in the MCU, and no one will change my mind about it. He carried his dead friend when he wasn't dead. That's dedication.
He did.
But number one, easily, Mando Season 3. Love Mando Season 1 and 2. If they're continuing with their amazing steps forward with how they've been going from Mando Season 1 to Season 2, I think Season 3 is going to be perfect Star Wars. I hope it's Mando. I told you this, and I think our first episode or our first one of our many talks that we have is, I think some of the first part of Season 3 is a failed attempt to reclaim Mandalore. I think what we need is Mando trying to reunite the people, but people seeing, maybe hearing about him being a child of the Watch and being like, no, we're not supporting you. You broke off from us, and then, you're all weird. You're weirdos. But and then I think it needs to be a failed attempt to reclaim Mandalore. Something that I think also should happen in that failed attempt is something that I think Marvel and Star Wars have been really scared to do, is kill off a character in a failed attempt. I think Casca, Axe, someone important has to die. That's why, sorry not to go off and back to Marvel, but Captain America Civil War, the more I watch it, the more it falls down in my rankings. No one died in it. No one major died in it. I mean, yeah, Rhodey got paralyzed, but he didn't die. And I think it's that. I think Mando Season 3 needs to be a thing of high risk, high reward. This can't be a thing of low risk, high reward.
Bo-Katan, maybe?
I think Bo-Katan would have to die in the finale, or if they did a movie. That's when I think she'd have to die. But in the first attempt, I think Casca is a perfect person to die. She hasn't had much screen time, but and she had a really cool bout with Boba Fett. So maybe have her and Boba working together after their little debacle, and have her die and have Boba be there with her. I mean, something. It's just this. It needs to be a thing of high risk, high reward, and the risk has to be so big. Someone died from a failed attempt.
I could see that.
And then have other Mandalorians, because like Season 3 of Rebels showed us there are still a lot of Mandalorians not loyal to the Empire. There are still factions and clans and families not loyal to the Empire. And we could easily see them all rising up within, and maybe a finale. Like kind of have like that Rise of Skywalker, the galaxy's coming to fight.
Don't say that movie. Don't say that movie.
I have to. I have to acknowledge it, even if I don't like it.
Okay, that's fair.
So that's what I think should happen. Overall, I mean, Din Djarin's one of my favorite characters. It's sad. I'll be honest, sad to see Cara Dune probably have to go. I enjoyed her character, but that's just how the cookie crumbles. You know what I really want? As I know it will never happen because of Season 1. I really want IG-11 back, but you know what? Disney or Star Wars has been, I won't say copying, inspired by Marvel.
Please no more dead characters back. Please
no. We need an IG-11 AI for Mando. I would rave.
I don't want to see that.
I would rave for that.
Just to zoom in on Pedro Pascal's face, not
even have it like Tony Stark. Just have him have all that.
Oh, okay. I couldn't see Din doing that.
No, I couldn't either. But
yeah.
Oh well. Who else do we have? I was so pissed after seeing the Season 2 finale. Grief wasn't a part of it. Grief got screwed in that season. Yeah, it was cool. Carl Weathers got to direct the episode that he was in. He was gone after that episode, which is it was mildly infuriating. Let's just say that.
He's just like an insignificant character, though. Like, what's his like? He played a big part. Like, his journey is done. His journey is to protect. What the hell is the planet called? Why can't I remember the name? Navarro. Yeah, his job is to be the protector of Navarro. And his story doesn't surrender around it.
I get that, but they always talk about their little detailed past that they have. Let's see some of their bondage from that.
I could see
Carl Weathers is just amazing.
I could see something where Bando's like, this friend of mine still has a deed to me, and it's like Grief maybe coming back, but I think Grief's done. I love Carl Weathers.
Yeah,
Carl Weathers is great. Obviously, Apollo Creed in the Rocky movies, but I think he's done.
Here's the thing: is he kind of has the Ahsoka thing for me. I want him to die. I want Din to
you have a weird fascination with one character's dead, but I understand what you're saying.
Here's the thing: is I think Din needs true motivation. I think instead of Casca dying, if Grief were there and he were the one to die, I think that could be a true motivation to Din to do what he needs to do. Because here's the thing: is what is Din's real motivation to reclaim Mandalore now?
Nothing.
He has no reason. But let's say, Bo convinces him that it's worth it, and he can be the leader of the people. But then he notices one of his friends dies because of what he did. That could be motivation. So, and I think that's just what would make more sense. Because again, leaving season 2, he doesn't really care about the other Mandalorians. Let's also remember that this is the season also, he was very much confronted that he's been basically called a fake Mandalorian.
Yes. So
I think him needing a reason to unite his people would be that, having a close friend die. Because after Grief, if Grief were to die in that case, he'd only have one person left, and that'd be Cara. And again, she's basically as good as dead at this point. So that's just what I think. I could understand why people wouldn't want him to die, and I could also get the argument why he just shouldn't be there in general. So, trying to remember who else we have left from the show. We have the pilots, Trapper Wolf and Carson.
But
they have Rangers for them. So
yeah,
that's really it for Mando season 3 for me. I think it has a lot of things. I just think it needs a follow-up movie.
Oh, definitely. I definitely think that's where we're going with the Mandoverse and Thrawn, I guess. All right, I guess it's time for my list.
Yes, I'm excited for this.
So at 13, let's get the bad stuff out of the way. At 13, I have a Droid Story. The droid arcs are really bad. Well, I would say they're bad. They're just not for me in the Clone Wars. The only one I like is with Gregor, because just Gregor's in it, and I love clones. You obviously don't, because you can't remember their names. Yeah, it just has 3PO. I've heard a lot of people say they don't like 3PO, and the more I hear people say it, I kind of agree. Like, 3PO was kind of an annoying character, but...
Okay, but Rise of Skywalker was amazing with him.
I think so. I'm glad that he got his moment to shine. I'm definitely happy he did. I always like R2. R2's by... Mm-hmm. Like, I actually got, like, when Luke showed up, I had, like, an amazing reaction, but when R2 showed up, I'm like, oh, this is even better. This is great. Mm-hmm. It's R2, too. So I'm excited. I'll watch it. Who cares? Visions is next. I haven't really watched any anime.
Same.
So I don't know what to expect. I think it's going to be cool and different. I don't know what we're going to get for stories. I know Choco has kind of talked about like a Grievous type of story. I think Grievous would be really cool in anime. I'd also like to see them do more with Grievous. Like an origin story, because I think the Clone Wars that season 1 episode where it shows his lair kind of gives us like sets us up with an interesting backstory that I think they should explore.
Yeah. Also, Finn's story would be cool for that show.
Yeah, I could definitely see that, but I think they're going to focus on like just different stuff. Probably a lot of High Republic. I think. I really think that. Number 11, Rogue Squadron. I
get that.
I was thinking about it today. I was like, Patty Jenkins, Wonder Woman 1984, awful. Just want to say that, awful. I'm really disappointed too because that's a great cast. Pedro Pascal, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, obviously, and it just she did a good job directing the first Wonder Woman. She wrote this one. I'm worried. She's and pilots like a Top Gun in Star Wars is what I'm thinking, and I'm like, is that interesting to me? I don't know. It just as the first movie coming back, you're gonna do a pilot movie. It's really
it's gonna set a bad tone for if it fails.
Well, I wouldn't even mind if people were toxic about it. I mean, I would, but like if people complained about it, I wouldn't mind because it's gonna be so probably insignificant that who cares if somebody has something to complain about.
The only thing I will complain about the Taika Waititi thing is the year. I honestly don't know why they're still doing the stupid 2-year in between films.
You want an every year movie?
I think we need one like almost every 3 months.
Star Wars every 6 months. You think they should go the Marvel route?
3 months. Like we are desperate for movies at this point. I mean, I'm sorry. I know for many the sequels weren't what they wanted. They were okay for me, but I just we need more movies. Like even if some of them are flops. Like Marvel has a lot of flop movies. Like these big franchises, they're not, never gonna have bad movies, but more frequent movies to get this fan base more excited. Like it's also like we had this conversation a few weeks ago. This is gonna get people away from the stupid sequel trilogy hate. The hate is old. Move on to something else. It's like the whole if you're still hating on Captain Marvel or Rey, like dude, that's old. Like move on. No one cares at this point. So, with Rogue Squadron being the next movie, it really feels more of a if this fails, I'm worried more than Force Awakens was. So
yeah, it could definitely. It's worrisome. What do I have at? Okay, I'm doing this off the top of my head because I don't prepare for my own stuff.
I got paper right here with it.
Nice. Number. So I've done number 10, Andor. This is okay. It's a show with Cassian. I don't really need it. I'm excited to see the darker side of the rebellion. I really think the show could be dark, and that's what I need it to be. Show that the rebellion is not always the up glitter, that it was shown to us in the original trilogy. I want to see the darker side of it. Cassian talks about that, how he's had to do a lot of bad things
from a very young age.
Right. Yes. Like I almost think of Cassian. I wouldn't call him John Walker, but it kind of mirrors the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, where the ends don't justify the means. Like, what is the rebellion? The rebellion to me has always been interesting because Mon Mothma is all about peace. And I just kind of want to see that divide in the rebellion itself between the peaceful people and the people who just want to fight. That's what I kind of want to see.
Mean, we kind of got that. It wasn't really the same in Rebels. You've completed Rebels, right? Like, I know you're on your rewatch right now.
I've watched it. Yeah.
So if you remember from, stretching my brain here, season 4 maybe, when Saw Gerrera was prominent, he and Mon Mothma had that discussion. Which that really made me think of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Now that you're talking about it, is technically, Mon Mothma and Saw Gerrera want the same thing. They want the Empire gone. But do Saw's means of killing innocent people, does that justify his means? Or does Mon Mothma's thing of, for a long time, letting planets and people suffer, does that justify her means? It's sort of like that John Walker and Sam Wilson, do their ends justify the means? Says brutally murdering someone justify your means? Does sympathizing with essentially terrorists at this point, does that justify your means? And it's like there's a clear divide. Which is right, which is wrong. Sam is right, John is wrong, Mothma is right, Guerrera is very wrong.
You think Mothma's right?
I think, well, the thing is you have to kind of understand her stance at this point. She can't do much. The thing with Saul is he can't do much, but he's doing too much. He's killing innocent people, terrorizing innocent people, all in the name of peace. But how is more chaos peace? So that's really fair. The ethical thing is, yes, you're doing something right, but it's also like you're doing like 3 things wrong.
Yeah. So number 9, I have Rangers. Don't know much yet. I hope Moff Gideon's the villain. I expect Moff Gideon to escape prison somehow. I need more Giancarlo Esposito. I think he's great. And I think Hera's going to be the main character. I don't know how she's going to look in live action. I think they'll get it right. Now, Squadron, looks kind of wonky to me, but I think they'll get it right in live action, and I think it's the most logical choice, especially if we're going to get stories with Ahsoka, Sabine, Rex, and finding Ezra. And Jason Syndulla. Maybe a little bit older of a Jason Syndulla would be really cool to see. So I think it makes a lot of sense.
Sorry, I just got a text from a spam person.
Okay, yeah. But we don't know much.
I wonder. So this isn't the Mandoverse time. Oh, I don't know if we're gonna get Jason's stories. I think at this point he's like 5 or 6.
I expect him to be in the show.
Oh yeah, especially if Hera's in the lead. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be okay. I think that'd be cool. And maybe, I don't know. It depends. I could see Rex being in this one, or he's probably going to be in Ahsoka. Mm-hmm. But I think I could see him being in Rangers. Number 8. You're not going to like me for this one.
Don't say it. Don't say what I think you're going to do.
Taika's movie.
Nope. I might have to leave this call.
I'm sorry, but I just don't know enough yet. I need to know more about Taika's movie. I like Taika. I think he did a great job with his Mando episodes, and I think he did a great job, obviously, with Ragnarok, but it depends on what he's doing.
See, look, I think you're talking about Taika Waititi right now, and the background of your poster has Taika right there.
It does have Taika in the back, yes. But I think I kind of get the same... I get Rian Johnson vibes. I don't know why. I overhyped Rian Johnson going into The Last Jedi, and I don't want to do it with Taika, so it lowered my expectations here. I'm excited, hopeful. I think he'll be okay. I think he'll do good. I just don't know enough yet.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't agree with the placement, but I respect it. I mean, I understand the not knowing a whole lot, but I mean, it's Taika Waititi. I'm excited about anything that man does.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it's like the whole thing is like, what era would his movie be? What era would you want it to be?
I'd want it to be like something new. I'd like him to touch something just completely different.
What if his was the first High Republic movie?
I don't think they're gonna do a movie with the. I think they're just gonna do shows and stuff. Like I think they're gonna do an animated show with the High Republic. I really don't think they're gonna do a movie.
I think they'll do movies. I think they'll do a trilogy of movies. Which I think Star Wars needs to move away from trilogies. It's clearly been a very failed thing, but
totally, 100% agree.
We need honestly like an MCU style of things. Like tell your stories whenever time period you want. Just like have them interweaved and connected.
Old Republic. Okay. Old Republic cinematic universe. Yeah, no, I don't care. I don't care. Taika will be. I just don't know enough yet. It'll be good. Lando, number 7. I love Donald Glover. I don't know if everyone wants Billy D. Williams to tell the stories. I don't need Billy D. Williams.
I would be okay with Billy telling them, but same thing. I don't need him.
I think Billy is done with the character. I think he's done everything he could.
Yeah, kind of like Mark Hamill, but
yeah,
Harrison
I agree.
Harrison Ford more because He's done his story. I don't think we need more of him. We need more young of him.
Yes. And I'd love to see Alden Ehrenreich. Maybe we get a Han cameo. Definitely, I think Alden did a great job. I could see him being in the Book of Boba Fett too. I'll touch on that a little bit later. But
Ooh.
I really like Donald Glover, obviously. I have a lot of hopes that this is Solo 2, kind of. And I think rather than have Han confront Darth Maul, I think it could be Lando. I don't think like Lando like gets away from Maul or something like that. I don't know. Or I kind of don't want it to be what people are saying that it should be, is like Billy D telling stories and we just get like a bunch of like random stories that get us nowhere. Like I think that would be cool. I kind of just want a cohesive story though, like leading to the end. I want it to be Solo 2 basically, just with Lando.
Would you want it from the end of Solo, kind of leading up to him, to us meeting him in Empire?
Oh, that'd be perfect. Like see him get Cloud City, how he gets Cloud City in live. And I don't know if that's a canon story. Do we know how he got it? He won it in a game, right?
I know in Legends he won it in a game of Sabacc. I don't know if they carry that over into canon or not.
Okay, so what I think they should do then is, okay, actually I revise. It doesn't necessarily have to be Solo 2, but as long as it gets to like the scene before he meets Han. Like if the show ends with him like now you know the weird guy with the things,
Lobot?
Right? Yes, Lobot. And he says Han Solo was here. And then we just see the Millennium Falcon land. That'd be a great ending.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be kind of hard because that's Billy D. Williams territory. But honestly, if you're asking me personally, wouldn't care. Would not care.
And I love Lando too. I really like his character a lot in Solo.
Oh yeah,
I like a lot about that movie. There's not a lot I dislike about it. I don't know why people hate on that movie.
I think it was because of the reception of The Last Jedi.
Yeah, I was really upset. I went to I went to that movie opening night. Nobody went. And I really think it was because partly Infinity War, also Deadpool.
Yeah, there was a lot of movies coming out around that time.
Well, Disney was Lucasfilm. You know, listen, I know a lot of creators like to defend them. I could be much. Listen, here's my problem. I think some people defend them to a fault. That's fine. I could, if I really wanted to, I could go on TikTok and bash them, but I won't. I think Lucasfilm has done a okay job at best. Did a pretty poor job, in my opinion, with marketing.
With marketing, they've done really bad.
It's to be marketing, behind the scenes stuff. I like half their movies. Like Rogue One is a totally different movie. Solo, totally different movie.
Ooh, let me ask you this. You know, we've talked about the whole release of Snyder Cut thing in the first episode. Would you want to see the original vision of Rogue One?
Yeah, because I think it's a way darker movie.
It seemed way darker. Like, there was leaked images of Cassian's death, like that he died defending like the front like doorway or whatever. I think it was a lot darker, and I don't think it had to change because Disney was like, "Well, this is too dark." I mean, Mandalorian's a good example. A guy got cut in half in the first 5 minutes of the episode. So
yeah,
it's like I don't think it's a thing of it was too dark. I don't know. I don't know why the reshoots happened, honestly.
I can't believe the movie was as good as it was with reshoots. See, that's the thing. I think the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I don't mean to go back to Marvel, but I think it was good. I just think there was like the Flag Smashers. There was something to them. It was just missing.
You could definitely tell there was a different storyline for them because they were. I know this has been talked about a lot. There was originally going to be a pandemic storyline, but then of course the real COVID pandemic happened, so they had to change it. Which again, you can see all of the times that there was going to be the pandemic storyline took over. Mama Donia's death was definitely pandemic, not tuberculosis. I mean, they were stealing vaccines in the first episode, or second episode.
It was like it was really weird, and then I reflected. I'm like, I have some problems with this finale. Like John Walker, I did not like the
Didn't like
redemption thing,
him.
kind of,
Didn't
because if
either.
he's gonna become U.S. agent, he's gonna be a bad dude. He's gonna join either the Thunderbolts or like a Dark Avengers thing they're gonna do. So I don't get it. I really don't.
I don't either, but we can converse about that all day.
Okay, and okay, so I did number 8 was
7.
7 was Lando. 6 is gonna be the Book of Boba Fett. Really excited for the show. Hope we get Cad Bane as the main villain of at least season 1. I think it would make a lot of sense. Because we don't have a death for him, so it make a lot of sense just to have him as the villain. I'd also like to see a Han and Boba interaction. I don't know what they would do, but they need to have another interaction. And I wonder how they're going to kill off Boba, or if they don't kill off Boba, who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe they have him far on the Sarlacc again. That'd be funny. That would be really funny.
I mean, so my whole thing is, if let's say, this show takes place, like maybe season 1 takes place leading up to the big retaking Mandalore event, and then let's say there is a season 2, because I talked about it earlier. I don't like the amount of miniseries we're getting.
Right.
I really hope Book of Boba Fett is not a miniseries. I hope that's a full-fledged.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is, or hasn't been said yet.
Yeah, so, I think honestly, Boba's death is kind of going to be like the Din Djarin, Ahsoka, those big characters' deaths. One of the things that I think a lot of people were concerned about for the sequel trilogy was how are you going to handle the main characters' deaths? Those are legendary actors. How are you going to kill them off? And I think they all had perfect deaths. Leia, maybe not so much, but then again, they had to work with what they had. So you can't put too much blame on them. She still had a very good story in The Rise of Skywalker. I don't think everything was perfect in The Rise of Skywalker. You can very much tell the story very much suffered because of it. But it gives me hopes that, we're going off the Marvel a lot. Black Panther 2, since they're not recasting Chadwick, it gives me hopes that Disney as a whole is going to figure out how to structure story better. So I don't know how they're going to kill Boba Fett off, and it really scares me that he could die in his show.
I think they're going to wait on his death. I'm excited, though. I think I have a lot of faith in Robert Rodriguez. If you watch the Mando Gallery, he loves Boba Fett, so
I think he's a little segment on him.
Yes, he's gonna do great. Dave and John, what can I say? They're the best. I'm really excited. And I'm gonna say this: Boba Fett to me as a kid was just a cool guy who stood in the background. And Mando, I went, oh my god, I couldn't like that scene where he goes ballistic was like the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. It was great. It was great. Yeah. It's like we actually got to see him beat Boba Fett. So it was really cool. Even the scene with the gaffy stick was great. Yes. It was just awesome.
Knee rockets. That's what I need.
Knee missiles. Yes. Andy killed the worst Star Wars character on the planet, Bib Fortuna.
No. He was so big.
Bib Fortuna, yeah. Boba.
He sounded like so scared and so excited when he said that. Boba. And he said McClunky.
He did say McClunky.
I think. Oh no! I think I'm wearing my McClunky shirt right now.
And then they play. I will say that scene is really gimmicky at the end, where they play the stupid music, and then he just like he weirdly throws him down to the ground like this, and then he just sits there. And it's like, okay.
What if he didn't die from that shot? And he looked up with like his eye, and he's like,
yeah, yeah. I just don't get like why nobody did that to Jabba. All those years, you just had a big fat dude. All you had to do was that. Well, I mean, there were other bounty hunters there, but then you could just fight.
Yeah, why didn't no one do that?
Like, you know what? Screw you, buddy. I'm just gonna slug you. Who cares?
Right, like he would send them on the most dangerous missions ever for no reason.
Plus, they sucked. I mean, look at Greedo. Like, I miss My guy missed from 6 inches.
Yeah, bro. It was that was so bad.
It doesn't even look that good. Like if you look at the special editions, and one of them like Han moves like this. It's so weird. I'm like,
yeah, it's like the most jerky dodge of all time. They just shouldn't have changed it.
No. Number 5, Bad Batch. Really excited. I'm a big Clone Wars fan. Obviously, you're not. You hate the show.
No,
No,
don't you
I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm excited. There has been rumors of a big fight between 2 fan favorites, Rex and Cody.
Yes.
If that happens, I'll die. I expect maybe some more Mandalore stuff with Bo-Katan, maybe. This show could do a lot of things, I think, with the Bad Batch. I think we get Cut LaQuain. Cut LaQuain, obviously. And the Camino Uprising would be kind of cool to see. And yeah, I'm excited to see the clones again.
Oh yeah,
and
absolutely.
The Clone Wars is my childhood, so I'm glad it's continuing.
I'm trying to find something because there was this thing, and I can't remember where I saw this. I think it was on Instagram. It was the crosshair figure.
Yes, we're gonna talk about it. It's a segment. We're gonna talk about it. I have it up. Okay. Number 4, Kenobi. Now I'm excited because of Ewan McGregor and Kenobi. Excited for Qui-Gon, most likely. Excited to see Vader as Hayden Christensen. Worried about a lot of things. Worried about what the story's going to be. Worried about Obi-Wan leaving Tatooine.
Yep.
Don't want to see that, but it's going to have to happen. Worried about a Vader Obi-Wan confrontation, because if it's a dream sequence, I will unsubscribe. I will never watch a Disney show ever again. If it's a dream sequence and they've built it up to be an actual fight and it's a dream, I will actually break Disney Plus.
If it was a dream sequence, I wouldn't mind, but I would be pissed beyond.
I would be very angry. I'd be very angry. They should listen. Listen, I know you love Rebels, but why does the Obi-Wan fight need to be in that show?
The one with Maul?
Imagine if that was the end of the Kenobi show.
I mean, I like it in Rebels. I just don't, because here's the thing. When I think of Obi-Wan played by Ewan McGregor, I think of fighting as Obi-Wan in general, I have to think of prequels Obi-Wan. And I don't think Obi-Wan would have come that far in 10 years if that fight was pushed back in the Kenobi series. I think I wouldn't think he was too fast paced for a fight.
So my question is to you is like, are you worried that you're not? Do you want the Kenobi show to give you the Ewan McGregor feel, or an Alec Guinness, or like a mix? You want a mix?
The mixed Rebels feel, because with Rebels, the Rebels Obi-Wan, with the Rebels Obi-Wan, yes, the look was very Alec Guinness, but the fighting with the fast pace of that fight was very Ewan McGregor. And the thing is you kind of see his evolution as a fighter in that one fight. You see his master in him of Qui-Gon. He uses Qui-Gon's pose at the end to trick Maul.
Right.
He then uses his signature, pointer, poke your eyes out pose, and his episode 4 pose. And I don't think I would have wanted to see Ewan McGregor versus like Ray Park or someone. So I like what we got in Rebels. I don't think it would have worked with Ewan McGregor. I just don't. Mostly because most of that story was told in animation. Yeah, I feel like it had to end in animation.
That's fair.
I wouldn't have liked it to be the story starts in live action, then 90% or 95% of it is in animation, and then the last 5% is in live action. I don't feel like that would have done it justice.
That's fair. Okay, so my thing with Kenobi is it has to focus a lot on Vader. Like I need a lot of Vader like PTSD and like
Yeah.
upset feeling. I need to see like Hayden. Like I need to see Hayden's like they've put a big emphasis on Hayden
Yeah.
as Vader. I need to see his face then. If he's just in the mask the whole time, it's James Earl Jones, and I don't get the feel. I also need a lot of flashbacks. I need a lot of stuff, Clone Wars flashbacks, like
We need Satine.
even yeah, and maybe Qui-Gon. I need a lot of that stuff. I just need Qui-Gon to be like, damn, I was wrong. And like that closure kind of, and then I
Which
need
I hate to cut you off, but I don't know if I don't know if I've heard of this story. This might be from Legends, but I think there's a Star Wars story where Kenobi and Qui-Gon have a talk. This might be from a certain point of view, from A New Hope or Empire Strikes Back, and it's Obi-Wan talking to Qui-Gon, asking what if you were wrong about Anakin? Because here's the thing: is in the Rebels fight with Maul, he doesn't claim Anakin is the chosen one anymore. And you can even go off of his words in Revenge of the Sith. He proclaims Anakin was the chosen one, and it's sort of like past tense.
See, what I need from Obi-Wan is Obi-Wan wanting to find Vader. I need him to have the optimism still that there is good in Vader, and I need him in this show. Maybe he finds Vader again, and he tries to do the Ahsoka thing, where like he's like, there's not necessarily that he cuts the mask off and sees like Hayden, but like he's like, come back with me. And then you just see a moment where Vader puts his guard down. And like we think he's gonna come back, but obviously as the viewer we know he's not. And then he tries to kill Obi-Wan. And then something
in the Vader comics, and Vader has a similar thing. So while he's making his lightsaber, he has a vision or a kind of like Rey thing with when she touches the lightsaber, like a vision of potential events. What if we see that of Obi-Wan goes and touches Anakin's lightsaber and it sends him into a dream sequence, not the dream sequence where it's like that's the big showdown of Obi-Wan and Anakin that we've been raving about on social media, but have him, because in that Vader comic he actually sees himself going back to Obi-Wan on Tatooine,
right,
and taking his mask off and apologizing and asking for forgiveness. So I also think we need to see that in live action. I think we need an entire episode dedicated to Darth Vader. So it wouldn't work like that comic panel, because that's when he bleeds his lightsaber, and that's like a week or so after Revenge of the Sith, and this show's going to be 10 years after. But like, there's this cool panel from it when Obi-Wan throws Anakin into the lava and then emerges as Darth Vader and then kills him. So I think we need things like that. I think we need Vader playing out how many ways he could kill Obi-Wan. Kind of have like that Doctor Strange, like infinite death. Like, dude, that would be something that it's like in Rebels, even he's still so poised on finding Obi-Wan. So maybe if we have that sort of thing of both are looking for each other, but both with two very different intents. So
yeah, I agree. But I wanted to get, like I said, I wanted to get to a point where, because Vader to me still has those glimpses of hope, and I wanted to be like Obi-Wan's, like you still like Obi-Wan still has the optimism, like you can come back, we can, you can restart your life. You could, or maybe I don't know if Obi-Wan would know about Ahsoka.
Yeah, I don't.
You don't think he would?
No, I think he would assume she's dead, and vice versa.
So maybe Obi-Wan's like, we could be brothers again, almost like we're family. And then you just like Vader like puts like the lightsaber down, and he just hears breathing. I could imagine it being like a hallway scene too of some sort. and then he's like, Vader's like, he's about to say yes, and then he like reignites his blade and says no or something like that, and then just goes ballistic. I also kind of need Vader to lose that fight because for continuity issues in A New Hope, he's like, when I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master. Like Obi-Wan needs to whoop up on him. Like Obi-Wan.
It's also hard to think because when you think of that big fight, that those quotes in that fight in A New Hope are very like open-ended. Like you should not have come back. So it's like, come back from what? Because last I recall, you lost the fight on Mustafar.
Yeah.
So I, in a sense, disagree with you that Vader should lose. That's why.
Or I think Vader should lose the fight. But Obi-Wan loses the emotional battle where he finally realizes that there's no good left.
Yeah, this show, I feel like, I'm surprised you haven't brought this concern up. I don't think it'll live up to fan expectations.
Oh, I 100% agree. I don't think it is.
If the sequels are anything to go off of, I don't think it'll live up to fan expectations. I think fans are going to expect too much out of Disney, and I think Disney's just trying to bring a fun story, but fans are going to want the...
It's actually going to be sad if it turns into a Last Jedi thing. I'll actually be really sad. I might actually leave the fandom if that's okay. I'd be like, I'm done.
Yeah, the thing is, the show has
it's gone down my list. Like because I'm the concerns. I'm just concerned about it. There's a lot more things I'm concerned than excited for.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you've seen that recent picture of Ewan McGregor, dude's Obi-Wan now. Like the hair.
Oh yeah.
The beard,
oh yeah.
It's there.
I just have no doubt. I have no doubt about Ewan and stuff.
Oh yeah, and Hayden.
Yeah, I'm glad that Hayden came back. I never thought he'd come back to Star Wars, but when he went back to Celebration, I think he realized people like his character and love him. So, yeah. Number 3, I have Ahsoka. Excited. One of my favorite characters growing up. Obviously, a Clone Wars character. Don't know exactly what the story is going to be finding Ezra. Obviously, Thrawn is going to be the Thanos overarching villain. I think Sabine's going to be the sidekick, Sabine and Rex. And I think it's almost going to be, I don't know what you're thinking, because I'm kind of thinking that Ahsoka's going to fight Ezra at the end of the show. That's what I want.
I think that's also going to happen, but if they do go through with this like Mandoverse movie, I think it has to happen in the movie, because like big screen, big fight.
Or what they could do is they could have Ahsoka and Ezra fight, but like have the Purgle or something come back where Ezra and Thrawn need to escape because Ahsoka's about to kill Ezra, and like Ahsoka, Sabine, and Rex get away, and they realize that Ezra and Thrawn are a big threat to the galaxy,
especially with now Ezra in control of the Purgle.
Yeah,
I mean, even as
Thrawn has a massive fleet now, like Thrawn has like maybe even the Chiss, I don't know, like something like that, or just
so like to think like with the Purgle, Thrawn's fleet, who knows of how much the Imperial remnant he has. So
probably, and Ezra.
Yeah, and Ezra. Who knows, mate? What if Thrawn also has Dark Troopers?
Yeah.
So like there's so much.
And weren't the Chiss advanced, like technologically? I could see them stuff. I could see them having
advanced species.
Yeah. I could see them having something that's crazy.
But here's the thing. Okay. I was talking to someone. There was a video that I saw on TikTok. And he was this guy, he was showing a bunch of posters that he had, and they were all the MCU movies that Captain America was in. But then he weirdly had 2 Clone Wars posters. So I said, ha ha ha, I remember, I love that episode of Clone Wars where Captain America was in it. So we actually had a conversation. I was like, now that I remember Clone Wars, they're in that, in the Maul, one of Maul's arcs with creating his crime syndicate, like the early days of it, Embo was in it. And Embo's hat/shield has Cap Shield's physics. Like it does the whole like bouncing off walls and returning to him.
Yeah.
I was like, what if they make Beskar shields? I was like, look,
And it's like vibranium. It's like vibranium. It just bounces off. So that'd be cool.
Well, because here's the thing: is those physics are already in Star Wars.
Yeah.
So, and trying to think, way before Captain America was in the MCU. So, didn't Clone Wars end in 2012?
14.
Really? Was it 14?
Because it ended a year before Rebels, I think.
I don't remember. But those physics were there way before Captain America's were. So you could easily they could easily go off the scapegoat. We're not copying Captain America. We're copying Embo.
Yeah.
But I think a big final fight could have Ezra versus Din. Not like a big final fight, but like an encounter. Is have Din fight someone with a Beskar shield.
Okay, this is what I need. In that Mandoverse movie, I need Ahsoka and Luke against Ezra.
Yes.
Ezra or Ahsoka, like Luke is about to get killed. Like, let's say Ezra's pretty powerful.
Oh, yeah, well, not even that, but Thrawn is a very, very good fighter, as we see.
Yes, and I need Thrawn versus Din.
Yes. Thrawn somehow maybe gets a hold of like the Darksaber or like something like
a Beskar weapon, just a Beskar weapon, you know,
Beskar spear, like whatever.
Yes, and Din kills Thrawn, and then Din looks over and he sees Ahsoka dead, but Luke kills Ezra. Ahsoka sacrifices herself.
Yeah, okay, I see what you're going.
That would be epic. That'd be awesome. And then, like, we get the closure. Oh, and then just to top it all off, we get a Hayden Christensen Force Ghost just looking down at dead Ahsoka.
No, that's so dark. That's so sad.
No, that'd be perfect. Imagine seeing a Force Ghost, Ewan McGregor, or Alec, like a Ewan McGregor as like an Allen Guinness, Hayden Christensen, and Luke, and they all get the closure with Ahsoka, and then we just see Ahsoka as a Force Ghost.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
Know. It's hard because it's hard to think she's gonna die. I honestly don't think she will.
I'm gonna be so sad. I'm gonna be sad.
Well, here's the thing: Dave Filoni has been hinting that she didn't die. So
he never kills his characters.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Is like we all thought like
we have too many characters. We have too many characters.
I honestly think that's a good thing. I think Dave is having a hard time killing those characters. Because like almost all of Dave's main characters that he's introduced, he barely kills them off. Like, yeah, we got a few major ones in Clone Wars, like Pre Vizsla and Savage Opress.
Yeah, but it was really just clones who died. A lot of clones died.
I think we need Ahsoka's death here soon. But he's been hinting on Twitter that just because we hear her in Rise of Skywalker doesn't mean she had to die. So, and then like the whole like Ahsoka lives with the question mark, and then Ahsoka lives with the exclamation point, teasing that she didn't die. So
it'd be kind of stupid if she lived past the Rise of Skywalker, in my opinion.
Same here.
Because then it kind of just like I don't mind her living through the Empire, but or maybe Kylo kills her. I don't know.
I don't want Kylo to kill her. I think she just needs to die by Ezra, or by Thrawn.
Yeah, I'd be fine with either one. And number 1, the Acolyte, Sith content. Very excited. Yeah, I'm just so excited. I think it's a perfect segue into this rumor from my guys over at Kessel Run Transmissions. They're great. They do a great job with the leaks and stuff. So Corey Van Dyke has reported that Darth Revan and Darth Bane are 2 characters that Lucasfilm wants to explore more on Disney Plus, on the Disney Plus side of things. Not sure if this means a Revan's own show, but this would be incredible. If I were to guess, I'd expect to see his and Bane's name pop up in the Acolyte. So, Alex, I'll let you take it away and say what, if this is true, what are your hopes for a Revan and Bane show if it happens?
No, I don't want it to happen. We talked about this before. I think we need the MCU style of things to happen during the Old Republic. I think not only that is a great time frame to do it, you can do so much, I feel like he's too recent in High Republic times. Sith has been gone for almost 800 years or so by the time of the main High Republic. I don't think it works. However, a Revan show would be amazing. I don't know if they'd be able to like get like Keanu Reeves to star, but they could really do anyone. I've thrown around Sebastian Stan, but I honestly wouldn't even do Sebastian Stan for him. But Revan TV show, I honestly think he fits better for movies. He's such a legendary character amongst the fans. I feel like a set of movies would work better.
Okay, so this is my thing. We can have on Disney Plus the individual Sith stories, Revan, Bane.
Malak.
I know everybody hates him, but Nihilus maybe, I don't know. Malak.
Who hates Nihilus?
A lot of people hate Nihilus.
Never seen anybody hate Nihilus.
I really haven't played. I've played KOTOR somewhat. I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't know. I get the hype, but like a Revan show, a Bane show, Malgus, and maybe a show about like the Jedi Order, and then that kind of segues us into maybe a show about the bounty hunters of the Old Republic. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much High Republic stuff that you can do, though, or Old Republic. My bad.
Yeah. And then have all of those shows on Disney Plus kind of segue into like a Sith war or like a Sith versus Jedi conflict in a trilogy. I know you hate trilogies, but let's do an Old Republic trilogy after we set up these characters. Like a Revan show would be his origin, Bane his origin, all of these Sith in the Old Republic and Jedi even in the Old Republic, plus bounty hunters. Like I would like the bounty hunters of the Old Republic could be kind of like the Guardians of the Galaxy of the MCU. They're separate, but then they join in at some point.
Well, yeah, I mean, like you got characters like Cartho Nasi and a bunch of other characters that you meet that like, yeah, absolutely could become like those Guardians of the Galaxy, because I mean, it is harder to fit a lot of those characters in, but I mean, I just honestly think that the Old Republic is the time where you put together the MCU style of Star Wars.
And this is, I don't mean to cut you off, but after they're done with the Mandoverse, so I'm thinking the 2027 movie is going to be the end of the Mandoverse. That's going to be the final movie. After that, we go for like 8 to 10 years. And with Old Republic stuff, like you just focus on that. That's it. That's all the Disney Plus. That's all the movies. Go 8 to 10 years hard on that.
I honestly think that I don't think it should be the 2027 movie. That's the Mandoverse ending.
You think it should be Taika's?
Yes. Taika's written.
That's kind of close.
Here's why I think that. Taika has written stuff for The Mandalorian. He's huge on the Mandalorian crew. So he's already familiar with how to handle Din Djarin and all these other characters. And so that's why I think it should be him. The only worry I'd have for him is he'd try to be too funny with the movie, especially with such a serious thing. I also don't think characters like Din Djarin work as humor. He does have funny
he does have funny moments. Like just his
like the scene when Grogu like has the his food attack him and he's like, quit playing with your food, and then he stabs it.
Yes.
Like, he works with humor, but I don't think Taika's style of humor. Like if we were to take Thor from Thor 1 to Thor 2, like, or from Thor 3, very different Thors, very different characters.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
So I don't think I'd like to see Din Djarin come from this, mask, or faceless, badass to be like, hey, I'm the funny guy of the group all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So that's just me. That'd be my only concern is Taika's humor taking over.
I get it.
Because a lot of Ragnarok, the humor takes over the serious moments. Like Hela basically saying that she's going to assemble an army and she's going to take over the 9 realms. And then it gets undercut with whoever may I be. It's like, come on, that's supposed to be like a very terrifying scene. Like she's basically saying she's going to take over the galaxy. So that'd be my only concern. But I think Taika should be 2025, the Mando movie. And I also think this Mandoverse should be a testing ground for Lucasfilm, testing what works, what doesn't. That's one reason why I think the sequels are kind of good. Is they tested so much in that. Some of the things they didn't work very clearly. Having different people write different things unconnected to each other didn't work. You could definitely tell something was Ryan and something was JJ. But many things did work. Playing with the greatness can come from anybody. With Rey and with Finn, your past doesn't define who you are. With Poe and Ben, like I can see it working. But that's what I would have as Taika's be the Mandoverse movie.
Yeah, I'm definitely down with that. But this is obviously great news with
yes, Revan
and Bane.
Revan has been a character that has caused so much
more so Bane in my opinion. Actually,
love Bane.
But yeah, I definitely think they got to focus on the Sith. Focus a lot on the Jedi.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
focus on the Sith. Star Wars has to get really dark. I still think there should be kids stuff, obviously, but I think there's got to be darker stuff too.
The problem that with Revan is he's so confusing to a lot of fans because they hear that Revan's canon, so then they suck in the whole Old Republic games and the books, and it's just like no, he's only canon by name, so you can't. It's like I just want them to start doing his story so we can please honestly, now thinking about it, I think that would cause more blurred lines. So,
yeah, we'll see. I'm excited though.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I need to plan these shows out better. Okay. Yeah, this is what I wanted to cover. All right, I need to pull it up. Here we go. To stay on the KOTOR or the Old Republic route, we have some evidence that suggestion. This was a report. I can't remember who reported it. My bad. I said it in my TikTok. That a Knights of the Old Republic remake is coming, and this would make a lot of sense. I think.
Yep. Old Republic made by Aspire.
Yes. That Lucasfilm wants to focus on the Old Republic. I really haven't. I've played KOTOR a couple times. What are your thoughts on the remake of this game? I think we could kind of go quick on this since we touched a little bit on it earlier.
I love the Knights of the Old Republic games. Old Republic, Star Wars: The Old Republic is another good game. I honestly don't want them to be remade. I understand why they're going to be remade. It's going to be remade so that everyone can play it and not get confused by how the game works. But I just think the game works how it does with the bad graphics and all.
But yeah, well, plus the original is so old at this point, and a lot of new fans like, oh, it's an old game, I don't want to play it. If there was a remake, I think people would definitely play it.
The other problem that I have with it is that Disney has been pretty consistent with the things they add being canon. This remake isn't going to be canon. So it's like, I don't want it if it's not.
You don't think it will be? You don't think it will be?
If it's just going to be a beat for beat retelling or remake of the game, then it won't fit into canon. Just because of how the Force works in that game and how the Jedi and the Sith were, it wouldn't work. And even then, Disney branded the two games and the current Old Republic thing that they're making non-canon. So that'd be my only thing is if they were going to remake it so that it fits the canon, but keeping the general story, absolutely. But if it's going to stay Legends, then I don't want it.
Yeah, I agree. I think this game should be pushed until they at least finish everything in the Old Republic. I don't know why they're doing it before they do the Old Republic content, which I think they're definitely going to do.
Mhm.
So I think they should just wait on this.
It's also like, what are they going to do for mechanics of the game? Are they going to keep the old mechanics where you have to like go over and it's like a mobile game where it's like turn based to a degree, or are they going to have it like Fallen Order styles of fighting? Which, like, again, I love Fallen Order. I love the game, and I love its physics, but I don't think I would want that for Old Republic, or Knights of the Old Republic. But again, it's something that I'm excited for. I'm excited that Aspire, because I've heard a lot of great things about their ports over from the Jedi Academy games and the Republic Commandos, the Racer. I've heard nothing but good things about them. So I'm absolutely confident in it. But it's sort of like, if it's not going to be canon, then what's the point other than money?
I agree. Why the hell? I can't. I'm trying to look for the crosshair thing. I just can't find it now. I thought I had it, and I think it's been deleted from everywhere. Probably has, because Hasbro's stupid.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it right now.
All right, I guess we could kind of talk about it. So basically, from a toy leak, Crosshair is going to be the villain of the Bad Batch. Not surprising. What do you think? So basically, for me, I think Crosshair is going to be the enemy of season 1. I think he's either going to get redeemed or killed. I was wondering, like, what your thoughts are.
I found it.
Okay, go ahead.
Here, I'll set. Oh, can I can share my screen. I forgot.
You can put it up. Yeah.
Let me share. Hold on. Share screen. All right.
All right, 1 second. Let me get it up.
So there it is.
Yes. That's it.
Why
okay, yeah.
Come up when you... But yeah, so it says Crosshair the Imperial. There's no picture, unfortunately. So this to me either shows that this is either fake or
it's real.
Is it?
It's real. Yeah, it's definitely real.
It's a blurry picture, so it's kind of hard to
no, it's definitely real.
Read it. I think I might have it saved on Instagram, so I might try to read it. But it literally says, I think, like right here, formerly a member of the Bad Batch, Crosshair's ideals shift after his team defects from Imperial service, commanded to the Empire, Crosshair, and then it gets like really, really blurry.
Yeah.
So that right there leads me to not even assume, but to know that eventually he's going to defect, which kind of sad because it's something
I don't care. He was an awful clone.
He's like the Hawkeye or Black Widow. He was just really good at shooting things.
Yeah.
The thing with the thing that separated Hunter and Tech away from everybody is Hunter was really good. He was a really good leader. He's like the Captain America of the team. He's a really good leader. He's very calculated. Tech is sort of like the Tony Stark of the group. Very smart, and he has those qualities. The only really quality of Crosshair is that he was really good at shooting. So
don't disrespect Hawkeye like that.
Hawkeye sucks. Worst Avenger. Thor told Hulk that they call him the stupid Avenger. That's a lie because they call Hawkeye the stupid Avenger.
Hawkeye doesn't do anything. Yeah, screw Hawkeye.
I mean, so the Crosshair leak, I mean, again, it's sort of a, oh my God, what a shock. I mean, he was one of those people, it's like, he's not going to stay with the Bad Batch.
He's a good soldier.
Yeah, he's a good soldier, which leads me to question if, let's say, they are like how you said it, maybe they were just defected clones, like 4 randomly defected clones. What if his inhibitor chip worked, and he does try to execute Order 66?
I don't think that's how it's going to happen. I really think that the first episode is pre and then during Order 66. That's what I think the first 70-minute episode is. I think it's like the Kashyyyk arc. There was supposed to be another arc with the Bad Batch on Kashyyyk, and I think they're doing that just in a 70-minute episode. And I think after that will be the Camino stuff.
Yeah.
And that's when we see him like decide, I am going to stay. Why would I leave? You guys are stupid. That's what I think happens.
So it also like gives us that, yeah, he's probably going to be the big bad of the show. I thought Tarkin was going to be the big bad.
I think Tarkin is like Thanos.
No, no, I don't think Thanos. I think he's probably going to be like Ultron or Loki.
No, but Tarkin is the overarching villain in this show. He's just like
okay, you're talking about like that status of Thanos. I was going to say, if we're getting into who we want to be the big bad of Star Wars, we already know it's Palpatine. But for me, the Old Republic stuff, hundreds / thousands of years.
I also think Palpatine has a bigger role than we think.
He's in the trailer, so
with Omega the clone, I think has something to do with Palpatine.
But here's the thing: is this might sound really bad? Is Omega a boy or a girl?
I don't know.
Because Omega looks. We'll call them they.
No, I don't know. I asked this question, and people said it's a girl. I got conflicted responses.
Because we've never seen a female clone before.
I listened to this person's voice, and it kind of sounded like a young boy, but I don't know.
I don't either, because also we've never seen a clone look like that before.
It's definitely not a Jango Fett clone.
So, because here's the thing is, even Crosshair, like the whole Bad Batch, they don't look like normal clones.
But they still have Jango Fett characteristics.
That's the thing is, that's what I think is going to start. That's what I think is going to happen. Is we're going to see the decommission of the clones. I think we're going to see the Jango Fett strand of DNA, because the reason why the clones had to be shut down is his strand of DNA got too thin, and it basically was gone by the end of the Clone Wars. So they had to stop using clones and get stormtroopers. So that's what I think is going to be the thing.
I think Omega is going to be played off as Kamino's, like the Kaminoan's perfect clone.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really Palpatine, something Palpatine.
Well, I want to speak about 2 things about this whole clone. Is I think that we're going to see Omega as the last clone made, and then.
So you think they is a Jango Fett clone?
Yes, you can definitely see the resemblance, especially compared.
I don't think it's a Jango Fett clone.
I do. I mean, I see no reason why it'd be any other clone. It doesn't look like Palpatine either, so.
I don't know. I don't think it's Palpatine, but I don't think it's a Jango Fett clone.
So I think it's a Jango clone. I think it's going to be the final clone, and I think what's also going to. Oh yeah.
Do you think it has like modifications? Because it definitely seems like it's more advanced.
I do too. I think that clone is really smart for that age. I mean, we haven't seen much about Omega, so you can't say they're smart, but you can definitely assume this is a different kind of clone, because the point that I wanted to bring up, Omega looks like no other clone. Like the face shape looks a little different, the hair is different. Omega kind of has this weird like little, I think it's like a gem like around their forehead. I'd have to look at a picture of Omega, but you can definitely tell it's different. Another thing that I really noticed was missing from the Bad Batch trailer was Echo. I didn't see him almost at all in the trailer. I might have missed him, but
I think you missed him. He was there.
Echo worries me that he might die. So again,
no, they can't kill him. There's no way they could kill him after season this. They can't kill him.
I think they're going to.
I'll be angry. I'll be angry if we kill Echo. Domino Squad, the last one.
I wouldn't be sad.
You don't like clones. We know this.
I love clones. Don't you even?
You don't even remember their names.
Echo had a satisfying death in season 5, and then he was resurrected.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. He got blown up. He got blown up like every clone should be, except Rex.
Wow, you're awful. You're awful. You're awful.
They were casted off of a bounty hunter. They were doomed to be bad people. Why the Jedi thought that they were okay? This much sense. I can't really make a good 0. This much sense.
Yeah, Obi-Wan is oblivious, like, huh?
Literally,
isn't it weird?
There are so many plot issues with the clones. It doesn't make sense, but you know what? We let it slide.
The enemy really commissioned us an army. That is interesting.
Yeah, wow. Especially like so we can even go off like, oh, Darth Tyrannus commissioned these clones. Season 6 is when Obi-Wan learns who Tyrannus is. Obi-Wan could have literally ran his little ass to the council. Hey, these clones were made by Count Dooku. We need to stop using them. They probably are going to turn against us eventually. No, Obi-Wan has too much love for Cody. That's probably why they're being shipped together so much. Again, it makes no sense why there was no question. Who are they? Who were they casted off of?
It's George Lucas. Okay, yeah. I don't want to... yeah, I love him. And I guess there's a couple other things that that was kind of reported on. Nothing major. There's going to be probably Wookiees in Mando season 3.
Wow.
You got anything to say about that, or
could it be Chewbacca?
No, it's not Chewie.
Or Captain Tarple.
I've heard that one.
From Revenge of the Sith and Fallen Order?
Maybe.
I don't know. Be. He was one of the big people of Kashyyyk. Like, he's one of the most famous clones. So
I think it's just gonna be like I think it's just gonna be a bounty hunter.
I don't know. Have like a Zalbar type of character.
Yeah, just a or just Wookiee like a background. Hunter. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. What would you need him in season 3 for? What would we need a Wookiee for, other than Chewbacca?
That'd be funny. Chewbacca and Mando? That'd be kind of cool.
Bro, what if he thought he was Boba Fett?
That'd be funny.
Starts attacking him. I mean, but then Boba Fett walks out and is like, "You're looking for me."
That was an awful Tamura Morrison.
Don't even. It was amazing. You just don't have good taste.
No, I guess not.
I don't know why they would need a Wookiee, especially if season 3 is going to be about retaking Mandalore.
I'm kind of worried it's not. Watch it not be. Probably.
Dude, if it's not about it, I honestly don't know what season 3 could even remotely be about.
I hope it is.
I mean, I wouldn't see why it's not.
Okay. Maya Erskine has reportedly been cast in Obi-Wan. She kind of looks like Dr. Aphra. That's what people are saying.
Dr. Aphra live action, we need it.
Maybe. That'd be kind of interesting.
She's Indiana Jones. Like, what do you want from her?
Yeah, that is true. I don't read comics and stuff. I've heard her name, but I know I'm a fake Star Wars fan. I know. I don't read.
You like Clone Wars?
Yeah, I am. I like Clone Wars. I'm a fake fan. Plus, I've only read 2 books.
Gotta read more.
And I hate. No, I don't. I don't hate the sequel trilogy. It's okay.
Oh yeah, you think you like the sequels? Hold on. They're over here somewhere. I don't. Oh man, where'd it go? I don't know where it went, but I have both novelizations of The Force Awakens. I have 2 out of 3 because there's a junior one. Yeah, I don't know where my actual novelization went. What? It was on my desk. Oh my god. I'm lost.
Yeah, you're a fake fan, you like the sequels. No, I'm joking.
no, you're a fake fan. You like the prequels.
Yeah, I know.
Hold on, I'm trying to find it. Look, it's your favorite fight in all Star Wars. It's Rey versus Kylo.
Yes, great, fantastic.
Yes, that's the best fight in Star Wars. Nah, not even close. Man, a lot of upcoming projects for Star Wars. A lot of rumors coming up. We kind of started the show right when the rumors started slowing down.
Actually, they've kind of picked up. No cap. Like last week, they've been. Yeah. It's kind of. Yeah, it's just. There's not much to talk about. It's kind of Marvel time.
Yes, which is why we haven't done a Marvel episode is beyond me.
Okay. This is what I wanted to cover. This is on Reddit. This is a third-hand source. So this
Mike Zero source?
Real source? This is not Mike Zero. It's not Mike Zero. This is a rumor. This is about a guy named Hammerhead. Now, when I first think of Hammerhead, I think of an Ithorian. So it could be an Ithorian.
Really? I think of the cruiser.
Oh, okay.
The ones from Rogue One that did the
yes,
the knockoff holdo maneuver.
Okay, this sounds so weird that it could happen. So basically, it says right here, talk to a friend of a friend who played an extra in the Book of Boba. Here are some further details.
Oh, that's shady.
I mean, it's the best I got. I'm saying this, a third-hand source, but it sounds so weird that it could be true. Like, it doesn't sound like fanish. Boba Fett has 3 bodyguards, and so does Hammerhead. The person traveled out of the U.S. They were asked to come back for more scenes, but they could not, so they probably lost their role. That sucks for you. No mask for Hammerhead bodyguard.
Okay.
Boba Fett and Hammerhead each had 3 bodyguards. One is Fennec, others are Gamorrean guards. That would make sense.
So I think what's really putting me off about this report, why did you double 2 things? It says Boba Fett has 3 bodyguards, and so does Hammerhead. But then it says it again.
Yeah, I think they wanted to specify, though. I don't know why they didn't. I don't know. Neither Hammerhead nor Fett died, but several of the guards died. I would hope that Boba Fett doesn't die to a guy named Hammerhead. That would suck.
Right. It's like dying to someone named Taserface.
Yeah, that would suck. Okay, this is kind of weird. Vague recollection, fuzzy details, something about Fett and Hammerhead teaming up against another third enemy after fighting a few times. I don't know. The more I look at this, the more I think it's not true. I really hope if that's the case, that it's Cad Bane that they fight against.
Yeah, I mean...
But I don't know. The more I read into this rumor, the more I think it's not true.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the doubling of a point and just like rewriting it, and then it literally even says vague recollections less fuzzy details, and then the friend of a friend, like.
I mean, it's not great. Listen, it's not great, but I said that it's a third-hand source in my video.
I'm gonna call this Cap.
No, he's gonna call it Cap. All I'm gonna say is I made that crosshair video, and people were upset because I did say in my video, I specifically said this is a toy leak for the main villain of the Bad Batch, and before I showed the crosshair picture, I gave a warning. So, and people in my comments were like, "You spoiled it, man." I said,
"Well, I mean, here's the thing: is like,
I said, is it really going to take your enjoyment away from the show? Plus, right. I said, it's a toy leak. You should get, like, that this could be possibly true."
Right, and I don't know. I mean, the thing is right now, Star Wars is at such a weird point. Bad Batch is coming out, but that's no hype. Like, no hype around it. No good promotion. Yeah, the only real thing that it's got going is that it's basically Clone Wars Season 8. And that's really it.
Everyone thinks Star Wars TikTok's coming back. I'm saying that's not happening.
No, I honestly think Star Wars needs to honestly pick up the pace in its releases. I mean, the thing
Like
is,
when Bad Batch ends, Flight to Visions, when Visions ends,
have a kind of like how
Book of Boba.
Kind of have like how Marvel's doing their stuff right now. We had WandaVision, a week break from WandaVision to the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, then have like a 2-month break from Falcon and the Winter Soldier to Loki.
Loki.
Like, give us breaks in between things.
Then you get Loki.
Then we have
Black Widow.
Black Widow in July. And then we'll have Shang-Chi.
You actually have What If.
Yeah, we have What If and then Shang-Chi, I think. Somewhere. So Shang-Chi does that sometimes this year.
Then Miss Marvel. Yeah. Or Hawkeye.
Hawkeye comes out, I think, after Shang-Chi.
Then Eternals.
Yep.
Then you'll have
Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah. And then you'll have a show at the beginning of 2022. And then it'll go into Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, and then
I mean, which I think honestly we should start talking about Marvel.
Yeah,
I mean that's the thing is like Star Wars is so weird that it doesn't have a lot of news. It has a lot of rumors, but not a lot of news, and
they gotta do a better job.
Yeah, it's like I'm hearing that there's going to be a lot in 2022, but we're in 2021, not 2022.
Yeah, 22 is going to be a big year. We're going to get the end of the Book of Boba Fett, Andor, Mando 3, Kenobi, maybe a Bad Batch 2, and Ahsoka, maybe.
And then again, following 2023 is also going to be a big year.
Lando, Acolyte, Rogue Squadron, probably Rangers too.
So there's a lot coming up, but this year there's like nothing coming out. There's nothing noteworthy.
2022 has to hit. If it doesn't hit, it's good.
It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be really
2022
bad.
is the make it or break it. I don't like to say, "Oh, Star Wars is dying," but it's a make it break it. It's a make it or break it year.
Absolutely. I mean, with a lot of these releases, a lot of them are very unknown right now. A lot of them are very they're not being talked about.
They do an awful job. Like Marvel has all their we even know the date for Black Panther. That's 1.5 years out.
Yeah.
I don't even have an idea. Like
Bad Batch didn't even get a release date till like a few months before the show released. So, I'm excited for the Bad Batch. I am, but I'm not that excited. And honestly, I've never been like this about almost any TV show or anything. If this first episode doesn't like amaze me or get me like hooked, like say WandaVision did, I honestly don't think I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Because this show not only is the predecessor or the successor to the Clone Wars, it's like this is the first like major concept we've gotten since The Mandalorian.
It's been 6 months.
Like High Republic, it's been cool. Haven't read a single
but
book.
only I've read one. Only hardcores read that. That's not.
Yeah, it's like I'm a big fan that reads the books and whatnot. Sorry, my brother sucks at games. I just read Spark Notes. I don't have the time to read all that right now. I mean, maybe now that Falcon and the Winter Soldier is over and we have a long time until really anything comes out, like we don't even know how many episodes of Bad Batch do we? Do we even have like an episode?
It was rumored the producer or one of the music guys said
don't say 10. Don't say 10.
At least 14. I'm hoping it's 16. Like 16 would be perfect.
We need more. We need like 30 episodes.
No, Bad Batch all the way into Book of Boba Fett. Just like 40 episodes.
Dude, the thing is like I bet we're gonna get a season 2 of the Bad Batch. Like I almost we are.
Yeah.
So I understand why we probably wouldn't have that many episodes. But like the thing is how much of the Bad Batch do we really want to endure? Because again,
they need to die. Please kill them. They can't live.
Like, here's the thing: is if you're gonna, we talked about the vibranium shield talk that I had on TikTok. Give the shield to Hunter. Make him the Captain America of this universe. Like, I don't care. I'm just saying I want a vibranium shield. Or not a vibranium, a Beskar shield. I two different universes. But that's what I think.
I don't know. Here's the thing. In 2022, though, they're going to have to compete with Marvel also.
Marvel has a lot of good stuff coming out next year.
I'm excited for Moon Knight. Mostly because I'm a Batman fan.
Yeah.
And Moon Knight is practically Batman of the MCU. So
my whole thing is,
plus Star Wars needs to start connecting like Marvel does.
The thing is it's literally basically going to be Kenobi versus Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. That's its biggest competitor for Marvel, is Doctor Strange. It's going to be a thing of, if Doctor Strange hits and Kenobi doesn't, that's going to throw me out of the Star Wars universe. I mean, I'm already pretty thrown out. I haven't watched a movie, haven't watched a TV show in forever. That's just because, I'm sorry, Marvel's more interesting to me. Star Wars hasn't released anything interesting.
I still like Star Wars more, but I always like Star Wars more.
But Marvel's way more entertaining.
Plus, their fan base is better. Actually, I should say that.
It's getting worse. It's getting worse. So, I mean, that's just
there was one stupid one. So, it was a video today by a creator. Somebody put up a sign that says they want Tony Stark back. That's harmless to me. I know a lot of people don't like Tony Stark's character. One of my favorite characters.
Oh yeah, one of my favorites. Just let the man die. I'm wearing his repulsor right now while we talk.
I think Robert's gonna come back. He's gonna be. I think they're setting up Secret Wars, which is like a multiverse thing. I think he's gonna come back. I'm 100% positive.
I don't want him to come back. I think he'll maybe come back in early. Maybe we'll see him in Black Widow. Well, I don't know if we'll see him in Black Widow. Because Black Widow takes place after Civil War. I don't know why he would be in Black Widow.
It's rumored, but we'll see. Anyways, this creator. Okay, I'm gonna get too far. Okay, we're done. Yeah. We're talking about Marvel stuff now. Okay.
No, I think we should talk about Marvel stuff.
Maybe. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Alex, plug your things. Tell them where they can find you.
Right there on TikTok. Talk about Marvel and Star Wars stuff. Gonna post something. Maybe you're.
He's got to post more. He's gonna post more.
Gonna post more. But sorry, just got my job sorted out. Getting school finished up. So
yes, sir.
Just gonna post on there more. Candy in my van, as you can see, right? Nope. You can't get it right. Can't get it right there.
Yeah, there you go.
Gonna maybe post something about the progress on my Mark 85 suit. Maybe I'll post something about Marvel or Star Wars. I haven't come to terms with it right now, but yeah, I'm gonna post there more. I'm excited to keep doing this and talking Star Wars, maybe Marvel. So that's really it for me.
Yes, and you can find me on all social medias, mostly at Hammy Demand. TikTok, I'm going to start a new series leading up into the Bad Batch, talking about each clone I want to see and what I think their role could be. Because I love clones. This guy hates.
I was going to say, maybe I should do a reverse series about how I want to see all the clones die.
Yes, you should do if I make a video about Cody, you should duet it and just say, just put the word die on the screen and just don't say anything.
Yes.
Yeah. So thank you everybody for watching. You listened to us talk about Star Wars for 2 hours. Two people who don't know anything. I'm a content creator on all levels except for canon. I don't read any of the material. I'm a fake fan. And bye everybody.